And welcome back to Loosey Goosey Chime Time, the show about town, I guess. That's our Loosey Goosey show. Big
Yeah,
Daddy Russ
I don't
Hortons.
think we've ever named our show, have we?
No,
Have
really.
we ever named it? Anything?
We talked about doing a contest and having people name it for us, but I'd be afraid of some of the names that come in, though, too.
Yeah, those two jerks, or those three idiots,
Or
or
whatever.
Three Stooges, or something.
Big Daddy
like
Russ Horton, I'm Leah Lakin with Leah Lywood, bringing you your local news for the town of Halton Hills. And today, we once again are proud to be on location in Acton. We're at Tommy's Grill and Bar, right downtown. The old leather town, as a lot of people would know it. And it's at the corner of 28 Mill Street East in Acton. You can give them a call. They do takeout, 519-929-9287. And they also do a great breakfast here. Mel and I come usually about once a week. Come see Kathy and Tommy and
Well, I heard that
the
the
gang.
banquet burger is legendary, so I'm taking one home.
You're taking
with
one
me.
home with you? Yeah,
Take
you were
one home
saying
with
that
me, yeah.
earlier, so very cool. So like I say, we're on location. You want us on your location, get in touch with us through Facebook. We'd love to come there and do a show for you and just help promote About Town.
About Town. I guess that is our name, About Town.
I think it's kind of stuck with us a little bit.
It has.
Yeah, we've always got some cool things to talk about and have a little bit of fun delivering your local news. And we've had some exciting news with the election being over. So
Ann Lawler is the mayor-elect. Congratulations, Ann. And it was a tight race. Brian and her were neck to neck.
they were
there.
pretty close, eh? Yeah.
And then the other three dropped off. But I think you really have to serve as a councillor in this town before you can become mayor. You just can't just say, I want to be the mayor.
Yeah. Tend to agree. And then you look at young Alex Hilson, he's on that path.
I'm so proud of him. You know, to see a buddy, like just a regular person in your circle, it's a pal of yours, become a councillor.
Yeah.
I think it's very exciting, and I'm very, very proud of him. And my God, he works so hard. I mean...
oh God, yeah. He was campaigning like a rock star.
Yeah, but can you think of anyone better for the job than him?
Yeah.
I mean, really, he cares about this community as well.
Was head of the BIA as well, and
look
very
at
involved. And
The great things that he did downtown Acton here.
Absolutely.
With the local businesses. And I have to say, downtown Acton businesses are like this. They're very, very close.
Oh, very close knit. I've been in here, and you see Frank from Vinyl Land comes in, has a drink and whatever, watches the bands, and everybody talks to everybody. Zena working with Titan Tech computers across the road. So very tight knit family downtown.
And it's a great
Acton.
little variety store downtown too. Acton Variety. I love
Absolutely.
going in there and talking to them. It's a nice little community.
Mary's little store.
And don't forget, we're brought to you by Max Tires. And if you should start thinking about getting your snows on, because the World Series is on, folks, and that means World Series, snow, Christmas. So and it starts.
There's a bit of Halloween in there.
And we're going to talk about that in a minute. They got a big band coming in tonight for Halloween, and but they don't know the name of the band yet.
No.
But it's a super group from Acton that's been put together by who?
My buddy Reverend Ken Baker, my bass player from Crazy Chester's, putting together a bunch of guys that are just all wanted to play together and got a chance to do it, so they're doing it.
You know, these guys moved back here, eh? She was telling me.
Yes, they are animated.
They're animated. They're going to be scaring the shit out of people, I'll tell you,
think so.
later on tonight, because they actually move. Look at Leah, look at them. They light up and they move.
They light up and move.
And it's very spooky.
Anybody who doesn't like clowns might be in for...
I like clowns. I don't like the old antique porcelain dolls.
My sister used to collect dolls, okay? And you used to go into her room and they'd be all staring at you.
Staring right at you.
You know, it's like, oh... I love my sister, but get rid of the dolls. But anyway, don't forget Max Tires and their number 905-873-9255. Fred's Towing as well, of course. They're looking for drivers too, and Easy Taxi. And I believe there's a body shop coming into Max Tires too in the next few weeks. So
let's get busier.
Sean likes to challenge us. You know what I mean?
Guess. I would say.
Once again, that number, 905-873-9255. You'd think that would be registered.
He's got his yellow
right
book
now.
again today.
I got my yellow book. But I don't need that anymore. It used to be a crutch, but now I've moved on in life.
It's like a baby blanket. Is the best way I can put it.
The big story, I guess.
As we were talking about,
Big things can happen in small towns. At least that's what the Independent said. Lawler wins the Halton Hills mayoral race. And before joining council 12 years ago, Ann Lawler was involved in quite a few community initiatives. She was used to quickly organizing and mobilizing volunteers for projects like the plant sale at the Dominion Seed House property, an event that raised $40,000, which is no small change. And that, of course, would become the old Seed House Garden. So when we go there, we can thank Ann for that. After being elected to council to represent Ward 4 in 2010, she found things didn't move at the same speed, and she's learned to quieten down. And she was very excitable before, but now she's seasoned and she's ready to take on as our new mayor. And we wish her all the best. And
Absolutely.
It was a tight race.
It was
that race,
yeah. Yeah, and having 5, electees come aboard, just something we haven't seen here in a long time. So.
Yeah, and we had Brian and her were neck to neck there towards the mid-evening, and then she started pulling away, and then the other 3 dropped off after that. But I do think that you have to be a council member before you move into that mayoral post.
Little general experience would that definitely help. I
don't think we've had a mayor that's been voted in that wasn't a councillor in many years. I mean, when you're in council, you get your hands dirty and
well, you
learn
see
the
how
town.
everything operates.
That's
and
right.
How the democracy of it all becomes a unit and works together. And so, yeah, it makes it interesting for somebody new coming in, definitely, even though she has been on town council. I'm sure there's still some things that Ann will be learning over the next few months as she transitions into things, because as we know, you see, the mayors have a lot of duties.
Oh, they have a lot of things to do.
Between all the openings and shaking hands and kissing babies.
That's right. It's just like the Queen used to be. Every day, you used to think the Queen used to sit and drink tea all day. No, she was out every day. And so the same with the mayor. You have to be, you have to go out there and get your hands dirty. And of course, it's really weird not saying Mayor Rick anymore.
Yeah, that too. That's going to probably take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
It was like when we used to change radio stations and had to do different call letters.
Yeah. I've been caught in that.
Oh, same here.
Many,
A couple of times I got caught on that one. So, but a line my buddy used to always say that I loved. You have to go out and you've got to shake babies and kiss hands.
That's right. That's right. There's another. Well, that's a dirty. I'm not going to get into that one. It was a dirty saying we used to say. But
speaking of the new mayor getting in, plus some new councillors getting in as well, like we talked about, Alex Hilson and narrowly beating out John Hurst in that run as well. But Halton Hills incoming town council is going to see its biggest turnover in the longest time that we can think of. And they're going to be meeting with a few key issues facing those newly elected mayor. Ann Lawler will be joined by regional councillors Clark Somerville, wards 1 and 2, Jane Fogel, 3 and 4, as well as councillors Alex Hilson and Mike Albano in Ward 1, Jason Brass and Joseph Rosinski in Ward 2, Chantel Garneau and Ron Norris in Ward 3, and Bob Inglis and Darcy Keane in Ward 4. And among local concerns, really, according to the residents, are transportation, housing, medical services, retaining the town's small town atmosphere, post-pandemic support for local businesses. Getting around Halton Hills without a car has never been easy, and with the increasing opportunities in the area, a need for better transportation is felt more than ever. And again, it really depends on who you talk to. I believe in this town, a lot of people, you can't keep that small town feel and have transportation. The two just don't go hand in hand. It doesn't happen.
No.
You look what happened, good or bad, you look what happened in Milton. Fastest growing city in North America for 5 years. They went from 55,000 people to basically the size we are now to 155,000 people in 5 years.
Yeah.
155,000. 100,000 people in 5 years in Milton. So is that the expansion that's going to happen here? Is that what they're
I don't
looking
want
at doing?
that kind of expansion here.
Or are they going to, just do it gradually? With a new council on board, it's hard to say.
Well, we have a new subdivision coming in Ashgrove, which no one's talking about yet. Was it 20,000 people? The infrastructure in Georgetown can't handle that.
Well, they can't even.
They're going to have their own.
The
stores.
new houses that they're building here in Acton, they've got the one on Church Street, you've got the one by Tim Hortons there that's being built. You've got the one over in the old, on McDonald, the old tannery building. You're talking about roughly 80 homes that they're talking about. They don't have the water.
No.
They don't have the water up here for it yet.
And not only is it not only the infrastructure, you have to look at the price of to rent an apartment in Georgetown or Acton is absolutely insane right now. People are wanting $2,000 a month for a basement apartment or $2,500. That's absolutely insane. People don't make that kind of money.
No.
So there's going to have to be somewhere where we have to fix this housing problem because it's going to get worse and
Well, I
worse
wish they'd
and
bring
worse.
rent control back in.
I think
We
they
used to have
should.
rent control here in this province. And they got rid of it a long time ago, and landlords were able to do whatever the hell they wanted.
It's a situation that we're coming into. We're already there, actually.
You know, you get a person on Sargent that's renting a top floor and a bottom floor. These people are getting $5,000 a month. There's no way that's their mortgage. There's no way that's their mortgage.
How
if you're
can
paying
they-
that for a mortgage, you've really made a mess of yourself over the years. But
One thing I have to underline is the fact that we really do have to support our food banks because food bank usage has gone up in Canada drastically
Substantially,
over
so-
the last couple of months.
they said like 20 to 30% on CP24.
Yeah.
And it's going up again.
Yeah.
And the interest rate, 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, went back up again too. We're now at 3.75% interest.
Wow. That's unreal. You know, how can we keep going at that rate? You know, and the gas prices are going up again, and everybody is blaming the war to a certain
And yet it
extent.
has absolutely nothing to do with it. You know, Todd and I were talking about this the other day. The spoof on This Hour Has 22 Minutes of Galen Weston freezing the prices on all the no-frills products. For one, those frill products are garbage. So, two, you jack the prices up before you froze them. But let's put it this way. My buddy works in traffic services for transportation. Transportation costs have not gone up, even though the gas prices have. They have not gone up.
Oh, an oil barrel has not gone up.
It's gone up 8% in 27 years. It's gone up 8% a barrel of oil. That is it. It's gone from $22 to $24 a barrel.
Some fat cats out there.
So there are people out there making exorbitant amounts of money off of us at our expense. And you get a commercial that comes on like this idiot saying that they're freezing prices until the end of January. Dude, lower the prices and then I'll be impressed. Freezing them just tells me how much you're making on them, that you're still going to profit from it.
That's right, and they're freezing them. They're not going down in price. They're freezing them, so they're not going
They're
up.
already going up, and they weren't supposed to go up. Gas prices weren't. They said until at least December. Ford was the one that said they're going to lower the gas prices at least until December.
Nothing's
We're not
happened.
even in November.
Yeah.
And usually this time of year they go down.
Ford said in his election campaign that he was going to do a 20% increase in ODSP recipients. A 20% increase. He gets elected and says, no, I'm only doing 5. That was supposed to be in effect last month. It's still not in effect. So they lie to you people. Do not believe them. It's like Bell Let's Talk. They make save billions of dollars on advertising by doing a Let's Talk thing.
Well,
and they donate bugger all.
don't get me going on Bell. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Bait and switch technique.
Oh yeah.
Apparently it works.
Oh, look what we're doing. Yeah, look what they're doing in the background, people. So
I see also in the election that Gary
Gary,
Carr
yeah.
was reelected as Halton Regional Chair. Gary Carr will serve a 5th term now as Halton's Regional Chair. The incumbent was reelected. And he emerged from election night 51,776 votes.
good lead.
While his closest competitor, Jane McKenna, got 35,830. So she gave it a good shot, according to unofficial results. So
Well, they're saying
Gary
that
Carr is still there.
Halton Region only had a 28% voter turnout.
And more than half of the people voted online too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like even when I went by one of the polling stations when I stopped in, it was in and out. I was in
Well,
and
the
out.
provincial was only 43% turnout.
Yeah.
I think that people are getting sick and tired of the
They
politicians.
don't want any of them, that's the problem.
Well, that's it. We don't want any of them. And, you know, unfortunately, there's no box there that we can check and say none of the above.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was a great movie. A few new trustees faces on the Halton District School Board after the election. Only a new faces around the trustee table when Halton District School Board holds its inaugural meeting next month will be filling seats vacated by incumbents who opted not to run. All incumbents in the race easily came out on top. Current chair of the board, Margot Shuttleworth, won handily in Burlington Ward 4 with almost 50% of the vote for a total of 1,217 votes. Her closest competitor, Roxanne Anderson, accumulated 343 votes. So yeah, some new faces there as well, and you know, shake things up a little bit.
Yeah. Halton Region reports a rise. There we go with the COVID-19 stuff again, which isn't going away.
Nope.
It's just on the back pages now. It's not on the front pages anymore. Thank God it's not on the front pages anymore. We've had some deaths in Burlington this week. At Oakville End, we had a death in Halton Hills from COVID as well. COVID-19 hospitalizations stabilized, but the region saw a rise in cases and reported 5 deaths reported to the virus for the second week in a row. Halton Region reported 3 deaths related to COVID-19 in Burlington, 1 each in Halton Hills and Oakville as well. There have been 12 COVID-19 related deaths in October compared to 14 in September and 9 in August. So it's staying about the same. It's not getting any worse, but it's not getting any better either.
Oh,
And we're
right.
heading into flu season. And
Well, that's it too. Poor people sitting there trying to find these kids Tylenol and everything. What is it? It's just become a new trend that everybody's going up and buying up all
That's been
the.
going on since COVID started, Advil, Tylenol,
Like-
anything cold related.
Yet
couldn't get
a friend of mine went
fixed.
down to the States the other day, and the shelves are fully stocked, and away you go. So she purchased quite a few bottles of it, and brought it home, and I don't blame her. I really don't. You know, it's just a toilet paper thing going all over again.
oh,
or
let's not do
Jesus
that again.
Murphy.
I can't understand the philosophy behind toilet paper.
I don't
really
get
can't.
it either. I don't know
You
what the hell that's.
It's like the world's ending. I have to grab some toilet paper.
Maybe they wanted to be mummified.
Or, you know, they could have,
They just mummy them up and store them in the ground,
you know,
I guess.
break out the bubble wrap. Here we
Well,
go.
here for some more COVID kind of related news. GoVax buses coming to Acton and to Georgetown. The mobile clinic will be offering first and second COVID-19 vaccine doses, boosters, and pediatric Pfizer doses for children 5 and up. Halton Hills Today staff sent this on Facebook, so they will be local residents looking to receive COVID-19 vaccination or booster can do so at one of the upcoming GoVax clinics. The bus will be at the Acton Arena October 30th, so that'll be this Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Georgetown Marketplace on November 5th, both days from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. So this Sunday at the Acton Arena, and then next Saturday,
How many vaccinations have you had so far?
3.
I know how many you've had. I've had 4. I'm not having any more.
I'm
I'm
not
not having
having-
any
I'm
more.
not doing it
I'm
anymore.
not doing that, but
I'm not doing it anymore.
They want you to booster this, booster that. Booster this. I've
Yeah.
had enough.
Yeah.
I've already rolled up my sleeve 4 times. 4. Like how many things are you shoving into my body?
This is again, like Leah said, the bait and switch. They're telling you to get the vaccination, but it doesn't stop you from spreading whether you have it or not. It doesn't stop you from getting it whether you've had it or not.
I've already had
It's
it.
a
so have you.
personal choice. If somebody
Yeah.
wants to, go nuts. If they don't. I don't give a crap
I respect
anymore
seniors
because
and
we're
people.
being so bullshitted and putting the fear of it into us that everybody's got this opinion. You know what? It doesn't matter whether you're vaxxed or not. You can transmit, you can get it, you can be sick from it. Carry on with your freaking life, people. It's enough.
I'm waiting for the 5th dose.
Well, it's coming. I mean, roll up your sleeve again. Like,
It's
come
a
on.
vaccination.
You know.
How many vaccinations do you normally get for something that requires
You know what?
a
It's-
vaccination?
It's now becoming to me something of somebody's personal opinion. No different than asking them their political views, no different than asking them their religious views,
Pretty much.
now, or whether they're circumcised or not, or whether they've been vaccinated or not. None of your freaking business. Live your life and carry on.
I do put masks on when I'm around seniors.
Medical
And
places
the
only.
medical
Nothing wrong with
stuff.
that.
And you know what? Even before COVID, there were a few times I thought about putting my
I was
mask on
gonna
in a
say,
hospital anyway.
you know what,
You're
the-
sitting with a guy over there going,
Yeah.
The percentages of the amount of seniors or people with underlying illnesses that die from the flu
Yeah.
each year.
Oh, absolutely.
The percentages are probably even higher than COVID. I mean, it's
yeah.
insane.
Oh God, yeah, I believe
So
that.
there's nothing wrong with that when you're thinking you're protecting
Yeah. But
somebody
again,
else, right?
nobody's business but your own. Live your life and carry on.
Yeah, exactly. It's just mind-boggling the way the world has changed with so many different things. You have to do this, you have to do that.
Pretty soon they're going to tell you how to wipe your bum properly.
Well,
Oh, you're doing it wrong.
Well, they were trying that when they wouldn't let us have toilet
Paper,
paper.
that's right.
That's right.
They wanted us to all
That was
switch
the goal, but
They
it
were
didn't
trying to
work.
switch everybody to bidets.
Now, we have a few problems with robberies, extortion, and other crimes, which is
Bizarre.
on the rise in Halton region, right across, including Halton Hills. Robbery, extortion, and sexual assault are among the crimes that are on the rise in the region, according to a report presented to the Halton Police Board back a few days ago. During its September meeting, the board called on Halton Police to provide more details about growing criminal activity after officers reported a 30.5% increase in Halton's crime rate during the first 6 months of this year.
Wow.
Much of the increase was chalked up to crime returning to pre-pandemic levels. Halton Police Chief Stephen Tanner acknowledged some crimes are occurring more frequently. You have to watch the scams
Oh, big time.
on the phone.
Yeah, there's been so many of them
Oh,
lately.
email is amped up so much.
Oh, mine goes crazy. With
You've
them.
won, you've won this, you've won that, and get
Yeah.
this, and here's your receipt.
Oh, yeah.
Receipt for what?
Exactly.
You know?
You know what really upsets me is Halton Hills Online, our Facebook group, is being invaded by these cretins of society who are putting death pictures up there of Olivia Newton-John laying in bed. I mean, it's just disgusting.
That's
Where
why the
are
other
these-
one's now set to approval only.
Now, we
to-
apologize. It's only happening on the Halton Hills Online Facebook group. It's not happening on the streaming group. It's not happening
No,
on the
'cause I got
108 or
shut
the
down.
GTA. We're going to
I
have
shut
to
it down.
change the settings to Halton Hills Online, I think, because we're getting all these ridiculous, stupid sex ads and Leah and I have to go through there and treat it like a garden and
Well,
weed
that's
them
why I
out.
shut down our events and information page, and I put it now that it's closed pre-approval for a handful.
Yes.
That we know post on it, that it's for events and information.
Yes.
So now you have to actually answer questions to be able to post on that page. Is it community?
Right.
Well,
Which
you
is
know,
good for
I mean,
people to know,
basically,
you
Halton
know?
Hills Online is for the radio station too. It's your national news that comes in on there from the Air Radio Network. It's your local weather that comes in on there. That's what it's for, and for local businesses, not sex ads from Indiana or wherever they're coming from. You know what I
Istanbul.
mean? Or
They're nice looking ladies, but.
well, it's great, but you know, there's other platforms to check out that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Many other platforms.
yeah, don't do it on ours. And we're just a radio station that's trying to help
We're-
our community with
We're,
different things.
We're,
More bots
you know,
and scams.
homegrown radio station, so to speak. So.
You know, and
Bots and scams, it's not even people always, so.
Well, that's it. You know, today online, the scamming has just become a norm thing too, as well. You know, there was like those late night ads. Are you sitting alone and you want to talk on the phone? I can't believe those still exist, but they were huge back in the '90s, right?
I can always find something better to do than that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Always.
I mean,
Always.
even if it's watching an old '60s movie or something.
But you know, when I see this story about the crime stuff you were talking about in Halton, it comes back to that thing. You know, when you're in growing towns and growing cities, that stuff's going to happen more and more, unfortunately. And you know, I got a funny feeling that Halton Hills is on that kind of path.
Well, we're right. We're touching the GTA. We're not. Well, we are part of
I
the
think-
GTA now in a way, aren't we?
No, we're not.
See? Yeah. Now, we don't want to be. No, I'm just saying that we're attached at the hip to Brampton now, so really. Is there a farmer's field between here and there now?
Yes.
Is there? No.
In
It
my
wasn't-
mind, there is.
When you look at it, Georgetown is the closest one to the GTA.
Of the western towns, yeah. We're the
Yeah,
Uxbridge of this end of town.
Pretty
this
much,
end
yeah,
of
that's a good
Toronto.
way of putting it, yeah.
Uxbridge is the same as us on the other end.
Exactly.
And Stouffville and all that, but I mean the GTA is growing, and the biggest thing that we're talking about is the transportation, the buses, and the affordable housing is very, very important.
And if you've been watching our videos the last couple of weeks, Russ and I have talked quite extensively about that, especially the commute, between here, Georgetown, and Milton.
Well, between Georgetown, Acton, and Milton, it should be, it's 7 minutes down the road, and it's a giant place for us to find jobs and work
Yeah.
and go and
Kathy's decorations are falling down.
Yeah, it's Halloween, as you can tell, and we've got things
It's
dropping all
haunted.
over the place.
We're haunted. That's it.
This guy agrees too. This guy agrees here.
So once again, we also want to remind you guys, as you see, we're in a different location like we are every week. And this week we're at Tommy's Grill and Bar, right downtown Acton, the old leather town.
My microphone.
Oh, you're dropping stuff. 28 Mill Street in Acton. They do takeout, great food, great breakfast.
Sorry,
You can also give them a call at 519-929.
I need some mom spit over here.
9287 as you're talking over me.
Sorry. Have you
So,
noticed
yeah.
I haven't had one banana gummy yet? You guys have had he's had 5. You had a couple.
He's actually counting. I don't know. Go ahead.
I'm going to have them soon. We're brought to you by, of course, as always,
This week's Joe's. isn't it?
Joe's Tasty Treats, and they're marshmallow bananas, of course. And you can get these right by Tim Hortons in Acton now, right as you walk in the door. The little Russian fella, he's a great guy.
What, the
Works
variety
nice.
store there in the
Yeah,
plaza?
right next to Timmy's in Acton, right there.
Oh, in Acton.
Right at the Shell gas station there.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Shell.
So when you walk in, they're right there,
Right there.
on the left-hand side. I love going in there and talking to him at night. And he's been there for years, pumping the gas.
Oh, God,
and
yeah. It's the best gas around.
that's the wonderful thing about small towns is you have these people doing the same thing.
Connections.
The connections of people, And he's been pumping my gas for how many years now?
Hey, I remember when I was growing up, it used to be a Beaver, then it went to a Pioneer,
Yeah,
and they had the cheapest smokes.
yeah,
Cheapest by far.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was great. We used to go there all the time.
Do you remember when everything used to end at Queen's Tire?
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
that was the edge of town. That's when I worked here. I lived here in '93. It was the edge of town was there.
A friend of mine, Nancy Wilkes, in her place, Acton Optical, donated a very cool metal structure at the corner of downtown here, done by the very talented girl out on the 5th line there. Her name escapes
Oh,
me
you
right
mean?
off.
Yeah, I know who you mean. Yeah.
But Acton Optical and Nancy and her daughter put this beautiful metalwork sign up down at the 4 corners there in the little parkette that they have at the lights. And way to go. Awesome job, guys. And I remember when that corner, it used to be a donut shop there. And they used to hand make your donut for you when you ordered it. So you literally got a donut that was like
Like being at the fair when you get that bag of.
mini donuts.
mini ones, and they're all made
Mel,
right
Mel,
there.
Mel was like right on those.
I
guys.
remember
Me too.
when I worked at FM 108 in the
Cinnamon
80s.
sprinkle.
We used to be at the Craven 8 Caravan.
Oh, the Craven 8
And,
Caravan.
I was
remember those.
broadcasting live right at the Princess Gates, and all I used to hear, all you could smell was horse shit, and all you could hear was doggy, 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 doggy. This is for 3 weeks or 2 weeks or wherever, and it's like, oh God, I got to play another. Jerry Lee Lewis died.
Yes, yes.
He came to mind when I was talking about music.
The fact he lived to 87 years old is astounding with the lifestyle that he had led. But
They're all gone now. Chuck Berry, gone. Fats, gone.
gone. Yeah.
Little Richard, gone. Jerry Lee, gone. They're gone. Elvis, of course.
That's what happens. The
You know,
circle of
the
life.
pioneers of rock and roll, the guys that started the fire, they've all died off.
Yeah.
Time marches on.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew when Christofferson went to his bedside with that award that he got
You were saying,
in the
yeah.
last week that something was wrong. And then TMZ, a bunch of idiots. What the hell is wrong with that? Okay, He's not dead yet. You know, it's like the old Monty Python. I'm not dead.
Yeah.
He wasn't dead. Can you imagine Jerry Lee laying there and seeing this going on, saying he was dead? That's awful. Wait until you get confirmation before you jump on it, because they jumped on it 36 hours before it happened.
Right.
And you know,
Well,
can
they
you
got
imagine?
nothing better to do with their lives but meddle into everybody else's and get it wrong.
But we're sad to see. I'm sad to see. I met Jerry Lee a couple of times.
You did too, didn't you, Lee? Didn't you say you met Jerry Lee? Oh, I thought you had.
No.
No, I met Jerry Lee. I met Jerry Lee twice at Lulu's in Kitchener, and another time somewhere else. Can't remember. But he was all right. I mean, he was a fiery kind of guy, and but he was a cool guy. I mean, and you know,
They're like everybody else. They put their pants on the same way we do.
But nobody plays piano like Jerry Lee. Jerry Lee was the king of
Well, it'd be
honky
interesting
tonk
now.
rock and roll piano
Be interesting
players.
to see now, a different platforms, streaming platforms, and all this. Now, are they going to bring out the movie? You know, the Jerry Lee Lewis movie with Dennis Quaid in it.
They probably will
They
redo
probably
a movie
will.
on Jerry Lee
They might
Lewis
I wonder
now.
if all of his wives will be there.
Well, that too.
He's had, I think, 7.
7, I think it is.
7 wives, huh? Jerry Lee, you are the killer, my friend. But
That's like, what's his name? Larry King. He was married eight times.
was he really?
Yep.
Larry King. You know what Larry King's hobby was? Was watching clocks change. I'm serious. He had clocks all over his house. But anyway, that's another story.
That's a really
Now,
other story.
We have a local radio, of course, and we want you to know that we're changing our logo, and Leah is our webmaster
Our
now.
webmaster now, yeah.
We are putting together a really rockin'
Wicked awesome.
website.
Wicked awesome.
We've even got a page for all of us, don't we? We got a page for your bio and my bio and Leah's and everyone else that did fly swatting at the bar there. But we enjoy bringing you the local radio. I'm on in the
Every week.
morning, Leah's on in the middays, of course, and Lee's on in the afternoon. We have the Gatekeeper in the weekend,
Moose
Big
Tracks.
20, Moose Tracks, Top 40 Timeline on the weekend, and
Lots of great
local
shows on the
news,
weekend.
weather, sports, all the information you need. Every morning we're there on Facebook telling you what's going on.
Look, I want a free coffee, mate.
You want a free coffee?
It's one of those scam things we were talking
Oh,
about.
I see. Yeah.
Every hour on the hour,
Yeah.
something comes in that you win.
I must have entered a contest somewhere.
So congratulations again to Ann Lawler, our new mayor-elect. And when is she actually sworn in?
I don't know. I was thinking that the other day. There's got to be an actual
There's got to be a
changing of the guards, so to speak.
Well, there has to be some kind of thing.
It's a
Just got to
formal
pull.
thing they do, I
You
believe.
just got to pull Rick from Wasaga for a weekend, bring him down, and say, "Here, hand over the reins." I think that's already been done, though, hasn't it?
I don't think so.
So Rick now is totally retired. He's done. Yeah. He must be feeling strange today.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, I think the next few months for him are going to be very different.
Yeah. Josie, you got to keep him busy.
Yeah, got to definitely keep him busy.
You know,
Take him around, go see the kids, because their kids live all
over the place. Go
So,
watch some hockey games. Go up to Wasaga.
Let's see, maybe we'll see him at the Raiders. You know?
Yeah. Now there's another one. Now, the Raiders are under new ownership, Georgetown Raiders.
Yep.
And the new owners are really on the ball because, you remember, the Raiders used to be on a Saturday night at 7:30. Now, is there something else going on a Saturday night at 7:30 that's involved in hockey?
Yeah.
It's called the Maple Leafs. So so this is what they've done. They've changed the time on Saturday at Mold Masters for our Saturday night games from 7:30 to 5:30.
Perfect.
So now, this is to market the younger families with the younger kids. When I was a kid, I used to love going to a game with my dad, whether it be soccer, hockey,
Whatever, yeah.
whatever. I used to be up on his shoulder. He used to take me to soccer games in England when I was a kid. There's nothing like a little kid. And when you think about your childhood, you think about special times of going to watch a game with your dad. And I think that that's what we have to bring back, because I remember
mean, I
back in
agree.
the old days,
Yeah.
this is Canada, it's Saturday night, it's hockey, come on.
Watching it online and watching it live is not the same.
You go,
It's
you
not
have
the
a
same.
hot dog with your kids, you watch the game, you get into it with the fans.
Nice hot chocolate,
We've got play-by-play people. Now we're going
Swamp
on.
water.
swamp water. Oh my God!
That
yeah.
was my thing, swamp water. My dad
What's
would get me
swamp water?
You take Coke, 7
All
Up,
the
Root.
pods.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah,
together.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, my
Hot dog
kids.
and swamp water.
My kids love doing that.
Hot dog with fried onions all over it, watching a hockey game with your kids. What could be better than that? So, this is for the younger families. Get your kids out to a hockey game. It's 5:30 in the evening. You're done by 7. You can get home and watch the Leafs. You
Perfectly.
can get home and do
Put
whatever
the kids
you
to
want to
bed.
do.
Do the whole 9 yards.
Take your kids out, enjoy some special, because this is Canada, and the fabric of our society and our community has always been hockey. What's wrong with you people? 200 people on a Saturday night to watch the Raiders? That's insane. Should be. During the week, they're getting better numbers because there's no conflict.
Yeah.
It's the hockey night in Canada conflict that has caused. So we're
All
getting
this
out of that.
grief.
5:30, not 7:30. Get out there, and him and I are going to be there tomorrow for a little bit, and we're going to
Yeah,
be talking
tomorrow.
to the play-by. Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
We play Trenton, and we're going to be in the stands with our dinner jackets on. And if you want to come over, and we'll probably do a little bit of video too. You know, promote
Might
the
do a couple
Raiders.
little birds. Yeah.
I don't know if we're going on the air with them. We're supposed
Yeah.
to meet with their play-by-play people.
Yeah, they want to meet with us. So
So and we're we'll support you. Just tell us what you want us to do.
and we'll see if we can accommodate.
Yeah, and the Raiders, of course, they beat Oakville last week, and tonight they're in Markham Friday, and then they're at home to Trenton to the game that we're going to go to.
Right on.
There we are.
Cool.
And
And tonight at Tommy's, well, if this gets on in time, there's going to be a great band coming in. Lots of fun. Lots of Halloween stuff going on this weekend. Check out Facebook. It's all over the place.
are you doing a
And,
show on Saturday too?
No.
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 So it'll be Friday night. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
Yeah,
you.
no.
That's where you are.
But yeah, there's just lots of downtown Acton through the day. They close downtown off. Kids go up and down too. So
Yeah.
lots of things going on. This
And lots of
weekend.
things going on with the
Beware
Halloween.
of the kids on the road too.
Downtown Georgetown's also got something going on
Yeah.
for the kids. So
They always do.
Always
every
do,
year.
yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Every year.
All right, we got to get ourselves out of here, my friend. We're brought to you by.
Max Tires, 905-873-9255. And I never looked at the yellow binder for the number.
Rob.
They're also getting into auto body, too. So they're auto repairs, auto body. Get your snow tires
Yeah,
on,
get
folks.
those
I'm not
done,
going to
man.
tell you anymore.
Yeah.
It's almost November, for
You don't
God's
do
sake.
it now, you're a fool.
And yeah, I mean, we get some, and there's a reason we're called Halton Hills. You know, and snow tires are needed here. All right, so, and don't forget, what is it we're supposed to say? Community is driven by community, right?
You're on. You navigate.
You navigate.
You navigate, and
we
we
drive.
drive. See?
There we go.
And see, I remembered. She's not going to give me any trouble.
Well, thanks to the gang here at Tommy's Grill and Bar, downtown Acton, 28 Mill Street. Like I say, you can check out their menu online. Great food, great breakfast. You got to check out their breakfast. Like Mel and I come all the time. They're going to have a great blast tonight. Great band in here tonight. The band's just going to be hot. I can tell you that just by I know the players. I've played with them all. And yeah, we're going to have a great weekend. Remember, kids are on the road. Be safe out there. Be aware of all the children that are going to be out on Monday. On All Hallows Eve, and Big Daddy Russ Horton, I'm Lee Lakin, Leah Lywood. Have yourself a great weekend, and remember, don't drink and drive.
I'm getting better and better at
That
that
was
all
better.
the time. Eh? Wasn't that?
Catch you on the
Wasn't that
B side,
good?
everybody.
I'm going to dig into the banana gum.